Also, Mr. Bagabon, you recall Mr. Bagabon appeared yesterday for the Department of Water Resources. Maybe you could fill us in on the DWR efforts to try to do this.
I can let you know what I know. There is an effort that the department is undertaking to update the 100-year flood elevations in the Delta, and it's going to tie in with what the Central Valley Flood Protection Planning is doing. They're doing the same thing outside of the Delta. So the Corps is involved in this, and I'm not sure what the timeline is for it, but maybe the next 12 to 18 months.
Any idea on how extensive it is, how many people will cost, even a ballpark, and we won't hold you to it?
I know, the Corps is involved, we're involved, there's some consultants involved. As far as the cost, I'm not going to venture.
Okay. Can I just question, Mr. Chair?
Mr. Natoli.
You said they're updating the 100-year. Nobody's doing the 200-year.
So let me give you a general idea of how that works, and maybe Mr. Goodwin can also confirm what I'm saying. The difference, if the flood elevation at 100-year is 12 inches at a certain point, raising that by 2 or 3 inches would give you a 200 to 500-year flood elevation. Am I correct?
Yeah.
In general.
Right. In these flat areas with very large floodplains, very large wetlands, it's going to be small. Yeah,
right. So I believe that the recommendation we have is to be 12 inches over the 200-year flood elevation. That would probably give you a 2,000-year flood. So
I think the 100-year stuff is psychiatrically comforting to people who live less than 100 years collectively, but it does not accurately reflect contemporary flood control and management, which is that you're always at risk, and you just try to minimize the risk. Now, most people want absolute protection and guarantees, and the 100 and 200-year tends to appear to promise that. Mr. Fiorini.
Dan, you've told me that my curiosity doesn't rise to the level of this particular regulation, and I'll accept that. But from the first day that we met, the most nagging problem that the legislature handed us, in my mind, is accommodating a 55-inch sea level rise. The economics of that need to be fully understood. And if nothing else, let's put this on the issues to be dealt with later and try and get our arms around what this means. In one respect, it could bankrupt the state of California if you take it to the max and provide a level of state interest in these levees and protect it up to this kind of a standard. It's a significant issue. And so if it doesn't rise to the level of importance on this particular regulation, that's fine. But it's an issue that's going to nag me as long as I serve on this council and beyond.
If I may offer a quick comment, the 55 inches is not a step function. You're not going to get it tomorrow. It's going to be over time, and I'm not sure what the timeline is at this point. Is it 20?
Yeah, it's the 100-year.
Okay, so.
2100 is it? Yeah.
Sure.